issue of protection of right to assembly. You realize we are in political competition, and we need to have what I can call a dignified political competition. We, however, have realized each time we try to assemble, or each time we have a rally or a function anywhere in the country, this fearful legion of looters have continued to try and disorganize us. They even send goons to our meetings. And this has happened not just to our team, any other kind of assembly of other politicians, including the United Opposition, for which we would like to tell this regime that it is high time on this particular one. We are giving you, like Babu Wino said, -1. For me, I'll give you 1 on the protection of rights to assemble. The other thing I would like to talk about is corruption, and focus for me will be around the Ministry of Health and SHA. You realize this is an area I've given a lot of attention, and you have seen me even at one point have a very intense altercation with the architect of corruption in that ministry, Honorable Duale. Honorable Duale constantly plays politics with the people of this country. You have seen the Auditor General has given reports not once, not twice, whereby lots of money have gotten lost from SHA. And I'm here to tell you that I sit in the Health Committee, and I can confirm that we have a problem. We have a problem in the Ministry of Health, from personnel management all the way to how SHA is being run. We have what we call conflict from the same architect of this looting, who is one of the chief suppliers in KEMSA. He is a provider of the system that has totally refused to work in SHA. And they are the people who ensure hospitals that do not exist or hospitals that do not offer services are the ones that are paid first. You know, this regime is allergic to truth. And that is why when I said the other day that Parliament has been auctioned, and I'm saying it here again, and those who have a moment, please talk to Honorable Tangula, Senior Counsel. I saw Honorable Tangula go when you are having the LSK elections. The gentleman does not even realize he needs to have a practicing certificate to be able to vote. And he's here coming with what I can call Bukusu Diskomatanga rules to use them in Parliament for issues, things I've said outside Parliament. We need to have a Parliament that protects wananchi, a Parliament that fights corruption. We have a Parliament that is enhancing corruption in this country, in the sense that they have aided the executive to do the wanton looting that you are seeing today. My colleague has spoken about the stadium, Talanta Stadium, and many other projects. And recently, again, on corruption, believe you me, Parliament handed over an opportunity to the executive to a point of, is it 5 trillion Kenya shillings? They call it infrastructure fund, but I call it pocket money for them to use in the coming election. But I believe Kenyans understand and know what they actually want. The other thing I would like to talk, sorry, before I finish on corruption, and that is why I'm asking Kenyans, on the issue on Ministry of Health, we need to go hard, particularly on this CS, Aden Duale, who keeps chest thumping, that is the one who gave the EACC CEO the job he has today. He gave the job, you realize they are kinsmen, and the person who is at DCI, and hence you realize EACC is busy being used to deal with politicians who do not agree with this regime that is allergic to truth. They recently sent me a letter, SG, to my NGCDF because I do not agree with them. They sent a letter to the fund manager, and they are not specific, even on the specific project they want to look at. They are on a fishing expedition, and it is Duale who is instigating this. It is Duale, and it is because I will continue. I will not be intimidated. I'll continue talking about the corruption in SHA. We will not stop, and I'm calling upon Kenyans. It is high time, including the TikTokers. Let us aggressively pursue this issue of corruption in SHA. Now, to finish, I've heard the president throw around numbers about the number of people that have been employed in government. 1 minute, he says there are 250,000 people employed in Mjengo, as if every Kenyan is a fundi. He again goes on to say he has exported close to 400,000 young people to work, particularly in the Middle East. But one time, together with some journalists, we decided to do an audit of the number of people who have actually exited this country to go abroad for work. Because when you go for work, you get a work visa. The number does not get to even 89,000. It is about 88,000 plus a few hundreds. But we keep allowing, and particularly to the media, we need to be more concerned about these numbers. Let us ask them to show us how many people have actually gone to Saudi Arabia, how many people have gone to Dubai, how many people are in Qatar, so that we get the right numbers. We should not allow this regime to continue lying to us about the number of people who've been given opportunity to work, whether it is locally or even abroad. I truly appreciate this opportunity, SG, and let us continue. Let us ensure we are fearless, and we must confront this monster. Thank you.
Asante sana. There are 2 more members of parliament who will speak, then we go to the next category of speakers.